Hello, welcome to Love Local with me, Jay Monet. Today we have a very special show planned for you and a very amazing, talented guest. Of course, today's event or today's interview is brought to you by the Ox Team, the team of ordinary to extraordinary. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things, producing and promoting positivity in the media. I would like to introduce to you the wonderful Miss Paula Mims. How are you today?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Now we're sitting here in your very lovely, beautiful home, which happens to be a historical landmark. So starting off, I want to know, how did you end up in Petersburg and how did we end up in this building?
Well, my husband was in the military. We were stationed at Fort Lee. So we came here in 1971, and my husband, when he retired, we ended up staying here, and I really love this city.
Yes, nice. So, being that you love the city, Petersburg has so much to offer and so many just little secrets and hidden gems. Being that you've been here for so many decades, what's one highlight that you can think of that's a really kept secret about Petersburg?
Actually, I like the people in Petersburg. This is a place where you can get to meet people easily, make friends easily. I was amazed when I moved here that I didn't realize all of these wonderful people were going to come with my home.
Yes, well, tell us about some of those people.
Well, a lot of the people, many have left because we've been here since the 90s, living in Petersburg. A lot of people have left, but there are a lot still here, and some are business owners. We have Sid and Chris that have the tea room downtown. We've remained friends over the years. There are many people downtown. Gloria, who has the upholstery workshop. We have Secondhand Rose, who has a shop. And we have Kimberly Ann, who will soon be leaving us. And she's been here for many years, too.
Yes, so what would you say is your favorite restaurant? I know we're right in the heart of Petersburg, right in the heart of Old Town.
I guess I like the Croaker Spot.
That's a classic. Everyone
loves the Croaker Spot, yes.
If you come to Petersburg to visit, that's almost a staple. It's mandatory that you
That's
visit.
right. And whenever someone comes to visit, we always make sure they go to the Croaker Spot and have dinner.
Yes, that's our treat to them, but they have to have the cornbread. That's my personal thing. Yes. So, Petersburg, recently we lost someone very dear to our community. Yes.
Yes.
Would you
Mr. Stewart?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Mr. Stewart is a wonderful person. I've talked to him often. I enjoy talking to him. I always learn a lot when I talk with Mr. Stewart. He's really been the person that championed Pocahontas Island over the years, and we're going to really miss him. But I think there's going to be a lovely lady that's going to take his place.
You think so?
Yes, I'm hoping so. That I know her name, I can't think of it right this second. But she's building a home, and she has a lot of plans for Pocahontas Island. So maybe somebody will take up where he left off, hopefully.
Yes, well, that's good. That's very encouraging to hear.
Yes, it is.
It's very encouraging to hear. So what would you say if, outside of Croaker Spot, if someone comes to visit Petersburg, would you say this is absolutely something you must do, absolutely something you must visit, or just something you may want to try out? We have a lot of historical landmarks here.
Well, we do. We have Blandford Cemetery. We have, oh my goodness, well, we have Pocahontas Island, which we've just talked about.
Yes.
We have a lot of historic neighborhoods. We have the old Peabody High School, which is one of the oldest black high schools in Virginia.
Really?
Yes. There are committees now that are trying to restore the old high school and bring it back to life. There are, I'm trying to search my memory.
Well, there's buildings like the Globe.
Yes, we have a lot of historical buildings here in Petersburg that there are a lot.
Well, this one in particular, what do you know the year it was built, or?
It was completed in 1901. Originally, it was a men's clothing store called Saul's Clothing. And it was that and it was a very high-end clothing store. And people came from all over Richmond and other places to buy clothes here. In 1910, it became the Globe department store, and they had fine men and women's clothing that they sold. And the people that had the Globe retired in the early 80s. Then another gentleman bought it. He made it an antique store, and then I got it afterwards and did the same. The reason I bought the building is because I did doll repairs and had a doll hospital, and I thought that this would be a nice place to do it. And so I did antiques and doll repairs.
Doll repairs?
Yes, I repair broken porcelain and dolls.
How did you get into that? That's a lost art, really.
The first time that I went to a doll show, and this woman was holding the most beautiful doll that I had ever seen in my life. And I was hoping that she would put that doll down. Please put the doll down. She didn't. She bought the doll. So when I asked the woman about making one for me, the cost was a little bit more than I could afford. So I went to someone else and I asked, can I buy doll parts and make dolls? So first I started out making doll parts, and then I was thinking, this is somebody else's art, it's not mine. And from there I decided to learn how to make dolls from scratch. I learned how to pour the porcelain, how to paint it, how to put them together and assemble them, how to put the hair on and make their clothes. And then my husband and I traveled to all over the country doing doll shows.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You said pour porcelain.
Yes.
I can only imagine what that entails.
Yeah, it's a mold. You get the molds. You pour the porcelain into the molds. Then it kind of sets up a little bit, and then you have to clean the edges off, and you put it in the kiln, fire it, and then after it's fired, then you paint it. You paint all the pretty eyebrows.
Yes. Miss Mills, you are most talented.
Thank you.
And outside of that, you mentioned that you realized the artwork was not your own.
Yes.
And did you go into painting and designing your own pictures at that point, or?
Yes.
So you have a lot of beautiful artwork around your home.
Yes.
Some of what you've done and some of what other people have done. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I'd always been interested in painting, but I wasn't sure that I could. So another lady had art classes here for about 10 years, but I didn't take any of the classes. I just watched. And then one Sunday morning, I decided that I'm just going to paint something, and I did. And I sold my first painting.
You sold your first painting,
So
you were instantly.
I know I hadn't planned on selling it,
But you did.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.